Hi, hello, and welcome to the Lunar Lounge by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Priestess Ablosi. I'll be your oracle today, and I was sent to deliberate my findings for the new moon in Leo, August 2020. It's going to be on the 18th most time zones. And let's just go ahead and get in here. Of course, run ratchet protocols. Things are a little bit messy and inelegant, but the show must go on. Don't know if there's sound issues, camera issues, trial by error. Hi, hello, and welcome. If there's any pertinent details, they'll be in the show notes below. Also, if anything that is said resonates deeply with you, go ahead and abreast yourself of the resources below in the show notes. I myself can be reached at baba@ablosi.org. Also, the Mystery School is oracle@vertexofabundance.org. We'll be deliberating our findings from the Thoth Tarot by Lady Frida Harris and Aleister Crowley. I will be imposing the guidance from Cosmic Activation Cards for the Soul by Nari Anastasia. Let us begin. Great, we got it. Great. Okay, so we got the cyclical energy. Let's bring the spirit down. Great. First out is the Death card, Wheel of Fortune, and the Imperatore, the Emperor. The surrounding energies is just kind of context, if you would. So the cycle is starting by collaboration, bringing things forward. And it can be through the physical body. It can be petitions that happen in the physical and the third dimension. These petitions would be craftsmanship, collaboration, expansion, growth, especially on like an earth level. It's more having to deal with developing ideas. Now, this would be according to, okay, so I heard the word self-management, but this is self-mastery, self-governance, system structures, foundations, means, mechanisms, methodologies. There is a transition, but it's more like a transformation. So there's a manifestation coming because we're collaborating. This collaboration has to deal with personal power, and this personal power will be accessed through our journey through the physical. We're almost having like a self-petition, a petition to the self to leverage our, okay, I just heard the word strength, courage, and wisdom. I was gonna say self-worth and value, being secure in the self. Okay, so as the cycle culminates, terminates, concludes itself, there will be some type of manifestation. What I'm detecting is, pardon me, what I'm detecting is it's a cycle. It's a cycle of incarnation. It very much has to deal with manifesting physically from our self-worth and value and our personal power. And we learn, we access, we grow our personal power through a journey through the physical. And it's basically self-development that becomes self-worth and value over time because we have an idea about how to fuel our own power source, fuel our own source of power. So there are transitions from transformations that come from like literally self-gatekeeping, self-restriction according to values, virtues as well. So we're going to continue until we have both the moon and Leo. So as we continue in the cycle further, findings, this development of the self is going to bring us a foundation. This foundation has to deal with self-mastery, self-governance, because we'll be coming into alignment. There'll be a completion through accomplishing the knowledge, the willpower, the consciousness of, again, personal power, spiritual power, securement in the self, building ourselves up from the inside out, continually, renewing ourselves through self-worth and value. That will help us accomplish alignment and build system structures, foundations through means, mechanisms, and methodologies. These means, mechanisms, and methodologies is going to come through self-alignment. The self-alignment will be measured in the physical as self-worth and value, being secure in the self, building the self up from the inside out. Having enough for ourselves, being enough for ourselves before we decide to share it, not looking to external sources to feed what's alive inside. So further findings is that this self-alignment will be, there is some work to develop these potentialities, these probabilities within ourselves as we journey through the physical to learn, to grow, to petition our own spiritual power, our own power in situations, especially spiritual power. We will learn, okay, well, we can keep giving, we can keep giving, we can keep giving, but it's going to have to be through collaboration. There will be times when work has been done, promises have been made, agreements have been made, and either things are slow or postponed. This understanding how reconciliation looks, agreements, mainly self-agreements, agreements, also sometimes universal agreements, like if you come into the earth and manifest here on the earth through a spiritual path, you're on a physical journey through the physical, basically. You're on a journey on the surface of the earth through the physical dimension. You have an agreement, a covenant, essentially. Something that made you sacred, put you in a body and blessed you, gave you blood, blessed you. So this journey through the physical is going to be understanding your power in the situation, because it's spiritual power, and this collaboration, we're going to have to give consistent energy, commit to consistent energy. We're going to need to commit to collaborating consistently in the physical. That's going to be the self-alignment, and understand that it comes through agreements, and that if something's not working, we can renew and absolve ourselves through self-forgiveness. And that's going to be hope, faith, and optimism. Because our spirit, karma, life, past destiny needs to be a bigger, brighter, better future. And we're only going to be able to do that through collaborating on a journey through the physical. But we need to have our own self-worth and value intact, or grow it, come into knowledge of it through whatever experiences that we're having. Some of them may be rather volatile. And again, this renewal, because the star card is very much of a soul cleansing. It's the part where you begin to have faith in the magic and the power of creation. It's where the subconscious becomes conscious. And it has to deal with bigger, brighter, and better future, okay? Hope, faith, and optimism now, okay? So these agreements that we're making, it's more about, indoctrination. It can be dogma. Listen, sometimes you need to get indoctrinated. If you're learning a video game, you got to learn all the characters and all the, I don't know, I don't play video games, but you hear what I'm saying. You know, there's just rules of the game, and if you don't get in the game to win the game, you're really not competing. You're a bystander. Which is even worse, you could be left to the whim and whimsy of the environment that you're in. So here we move through this cycle, committing to collaboration of a journey to understand and further develop authentically our personal power. And when we work through these agreements of collaboration and developing the self, will understand the dogma behind or the indoctrination behind, or just the body of belief, the school of beliefs. Pardon the noise in the background momentarily. The school of belief. Two, there are keys, ways, means, mechanisms, physical manifestations of, cycles of. So as you manifest from your personal power, there should be a recognition of certain aspects. And the aspect is like, how have I journeyed to this current self-worth and value? What is this internal value? What is this internal richness? What is this internal serenity that maybe at some time other than now wasn't available, wasn't accessible, wasn't even there? Okay, so we got the moon now with the high priestess. Again, pardon the noise in the background. So this self-worth and value is about when you believe in a bigger, brighter, and better, and you begin to go through the means and mechanisms of developing that, it's going to bring some collaboration. And this collaboration is going to be a consistent commitment to manifesting personal power through self-worth and value. The self-worth and value has to deal with mysteries, internal grace. You know, we conduct ourselves, especially priestesses in my camp, we conduct ourselves with serenity, humility, and grace, right? So a queen never complains, never explains. A princess will request, not ask. A king doesn't beg or chase, okay? A prince, fascino, will command versus demand, right? These are spiritual experiences that we are witnessing through a physical vessel. And so if we give energy, power to the physical more than the eternal, to the temporal more than to the eternal, this is going to be in the shadow. So this manifestation has to come through grace applied to the situation, spiritual grace applied to the situation, knowledge of cycles. The cycle is that whatever is going on, the purpose is, well, we are growing our self-worth and value through being secure in the self, through building ourselves up from the inside out. That is done by going on a journey to authentically understand our own personal power, spiritual power. We will have done the means and mechanisms. The action to do such is self-development. Mainly learning, but other things as well. Collaboration, if you have a craft, if you're good at something, just cranking it out, experimenting. I've put thousands of hours into tarot, thousands and thousands of hours. 5 years ago, I was late to every single appointment because I couldn't put the cards down. I mean, just nonstop. You know how like some people have certain addictions? Mine was tarot. But it's like, you know, I'm at the top. My skills are immeasurable. Okay, so that's a version of development. Some people have crafted something. Some people have developed recipes. Some people, okay, so even if it is something like that with a physicality to it, it will have been through exploration of the self. That makes sense? Okay, let's continue until we get Leo. Wait, I'm not done. Doesn't feel done to me. So this bigger, brighter, and better is spirit, karma, life path, destiny. Again, self-value. The self-value will be developing the self. It's sounding redundant because it is. The bigger and better comes from the path that we should be on. The highest exalted being of ourselves comes through self-development of our personal power. So the growth, expansion, vitality, renewal, reinvigoration, enlightenment will happen when we understand our place of power. There's a place when we're in the alpha zone. There's a place when we're in that creative space. There's a place when we're in flow, where we're actively giving and receiving. And it's in harmony with divinity. And it looks like the grace of the goddess the serenity of the Divine Mother. She's the eternal virgin, which means she's consistently wedded to the heavens. So even if she has a physical vessel, she is the image of the Creator in its expression. Also, she is the portal through which all life comes, the goddess, i.e., a baby comes from the birth canal through the womb. In addition, she wears the veil of the mysteries, the infinite cosmos. So to know her is to experience her, because if we try to fathom her, she gets further away. If we try to define with words and labels and meanings, she gets further away. Her beauty, her mysteries could only be understood through experience, not through expression. To witness the bounty of her expression is to come to know her. To see her is to see her reflection. I mean, to see her is to see not her reflection staring back at you, but to see her yearning, her conjuring, her wanting, her hoping, her wishing, her praying. That is to come to know her. And her is the great mother, the divine mother, the goddess. So this becoming secure in the self, building ourselves up from the inside out, self-worth and value, it's all of the petitions for personal power, all of the petitions for spiritual power, and the collaborations that we had to do thereof. That's how this came to be. And now we're able to be secure in self using soul's wisdom. And here we are now with Leo. So the cycle culminates into this self-worth and value I've referred to a few times. Because now we're amongst our place in the soul group, and it would be the promised, the chosen. Because now we are way showers, gatekeepers, priests and priestesses, who knows and who sees, masters of the head spirit, master, he who knows, she who sees, queen mothers and head priest of a nation. And that's the light workers, the new earth. I'm hearing that Joni Mitchell song. We are stardust, billion year of carbon. We are golden, caught in the devil's bargain, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. So the self-development has to deal with soul's wisdom and the ability to withdraw from the physical and believe. To withdraw from the physical and look at what's going on in the spiritual. Integrity, time out, emotions, because we're mirrored souls. This is from Nadi Anastasia's Cosmic Activation Cards for the Soul. I'm going to read to you Believe, which is card number 4 from page 29. Okay. Believe in yourself. It is time to explore new realms of spiritual awareness. I am courageous as I soar to new heights of spiritual awareness. For a long time, you cautiously walked, watching others shine and soar to new heights. That seemed unreachable for you. If you have drawn this card, Spirit is encouraging you to take the next step and join the birds that fly through the rainbow-filled skies. Take a chance. If you fail, you fail. If you make a mistake, then learn from it. Life has no guarantees. If you spend your life waiting for guarantees before taking the plunge, you just might be waiting around for a very long time. Life is not meant to be lived perfectly. That is not the lesson. It is about believing in yourself, following your heart, and living your truth. Have the courage to push through thoughts that hold you back from pursuing your passions and dreams. You have so much to share with the world. By not believing in yourself, you deny humanity the opportunity to raise its own light through your own unique expression. We are all unique, each of us and every single one of us, representing different facets of life. Your self-expression is unique to you. So do not think for one moment that you are not as good as another. You are amazing, talented, and so very dear. Not diving in is only delaying your growth and the growth of your soul and the souls around you each and every single day. For when you make that choice to give it all that you have, others will be inspired by your courage, passion, and creative expression. Release any fears of security, stability, and finances. Trust that your needs will be met. When you follow your heart with intentions to serve humanity, doors of abundance and prosperity naturally open to you. I'm courageous as I soar to new heights of spiritual awareness. Associated chakras is the heart and the solar plexus. Yeah, the solar plexus is Leo. And remember, I was saying you got to play the game not to win, not to lose. If you play a game not to lose, you don't score any points. And a lot of people, they need to know the why of the why of the why of the why. And see, with this page here, it's a continual petition to your own personal power, seven of spiritual power, seven of wands. And what that is it's continually asking how to grow, how to expand through a journey to the physical. And what comes through all of that is self-worth and value, because you have trust in the self-reliance. So it's been an honor and a pleasure to serve you today. Thank you for allowing me the privilege and the pleasure to do so. If anything that was said resonates deeply with you, go ahead and abreast yourself of the resources in the show notes. Again, my name was Priestess Ablosi. I could be reached at baba@ablosi.org. And the mystery school is at oracle@vertexofabundance.org. Until we meet again, until we read again, namaste, dandavat, and ashe. Again, we were deliberating the findings from Aleister Crowley and later Frida Harris's Thoth Tarot. I imposed the guidance of belief through Nadi Anastasia's Cosmic Activation Cards for the Soul. Peace be with you. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.